morning, guys. So today I want to show you guys everything that we eat in a day. I'm going to be cooking different things throughout the day. Right now we're going to have a little bit of breakfast, and it starts with my son's breakfast, and then I get myself something. I'm also going to show you guys the packages I'm going to be receiving today. I just got one right now. So I'm going to wait till all 4 of them get here, or the other 3 get here, and I'm going to open them and show you guys everything that we got. I got the 2 that supposed to came yesterday from Amazon, and then the one supposed to come tomorrow from Amazon's also coming today. It's already off delivery. So let's get into breakfast. So every morning we start out with my little one and his little bit of oatmeal. He likes this maple brown sugar flavor. So that's the kind that we make him. And every morning we get that going. He sits down, he eats breakfast, and then we get our long, hectic day started. This doesn't take long, maybe 2 minutes, and in and out, he has breakfast and we're all good. So I thought I had some cream cheese. I do not have any cream cheese, so I'm going to have a bowl of oatmeal as well with some orange juice, and little man's probably going to have a bowl of oatmeal with some water or some apple juice. So it's time for my little one to have his snack. He does breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and then he eats oatmeal before bed because it's really thick and sits on his stomach, and it's been really difficult to get him to sleep through the night. And we finally got him sleeping through the night, you guys, which is so great. Finally, he's sleeping as he's supposed to have been sleeping. So I'm going to go ahead and get his snack ready while he destroys put all the pillows from my couch, from our sectional, on the floor. So I'm going to go and get his snack, which will probably be like a yogurt or something like that. Yogurt sticks to him pretty good. The Stonyfield ones stick to him pretty good. That's the ones that his pediatrician suggested we get for him because it says higher in calories or something like that, she said. So he's going to have his yogurt, and then probably going to get him down for his nap pretty soon. Kind of just all depends on his energy. We did wake up a little bit later today, so it may be not right now, but in a little while. So I'm going to go ahead and get his yogurt. I'll show it to you guys when I get it here in a second. And he'll have his yogurt, and then he'll have a nap. I'll probably have some fruit here in a second because I'm kind of getting hungry myself from just eating the oatmeal. So I'll be back here in a bit. So here is his yogurt, you guys. As I said, it's Stonyfield Organic Kids Yogurt with whole milk. This is the strawberry banana flavor. So I'm probably going to have a little bit of fruit here in a moment because I don't eat too heavy, especially when I'm going to go work out, or if I do eat lunch, to be a light lunch. So this is going to be his snack for right now. And you guys, he really likes this yogurt. It's like his favorite thing. He runs to the fridge and tries to get it out himself, but it's too high up on the shelf. Otherwise, he would take it out himself. But he really, really enjoys the taste of this yogurt. That's why he's whining at me right now, because he wants me to look. I'm trying to put a spoon in. So I'm going to go ahead and feed him. So I decided to have a protein shake for my snack right now. I'm not going to overeat, knowing that I have to go out and run, things like that in a little while. So I'm going to have this protein shake, especially since I've been dealing with a little bit of reflux today. And usually dairy, milk, ice creams, those types of things help to soothe it. So I'm going to have one of these shakes and watch Little Rascals with my little man before his nap. And then once we get up, I'll make him something for lunch. I'll go for my run, and then I'll make myself something to eat as well. So far, he seems to be really interested in the movie. He just got up and walked to the TV and stood there. So my little one has not seen this box on my kitchen counter right now. So he doesn't realize it's there just yet. He's just walking around, but he's going to go over there and look, I'm sure, here in a moment to try and figure out what this is. And it's that long, kind of tall box. It's flat. See, he's looking over like, where are you going? This is his little hoop. He doesn't know that I got him a little hoop, of course, nor does he know about the little bubble machine that's coming. And so I'm going to take this stuff out of the box. This one right here, I'm going to open it real quick and show it to you guys. And I'll go ahead and start putting that little Tykes hoop together. Okay guys, so here's the first box. This was ordered from Walmart.com, and it is disinfectant wipes. You guys, I've been trying to find some, and I have not been able, to find any, right? And so I did the thing that I was mentioning before about putting your information in online, and they'll send you a notification. They sent me a notification, and I went to order this as soon as I could. But you know, like when you do it, sometimes everything sells out within like 10 seconds of them putting it up there. So I went to order this thing, and somehow it was on next day shipping for some reason. I did not need to do next day shipping. I have some already. And it cost $9 for a $3 thing of disinfectant wipes. The shipping was $6 by itself. So disinfectant wipes, check. It's a 75 count, and it's just the Great Value brand, but it is great for cleaning everyday surfaces and getting things sanitized. Alright guys, so now it's time to start dinner. I'm putting the oven at 425 to let it preheat before I start to season and cook everything so it gets warm. This is just how I mix my seasonings. I do it outside of, like in a bowl on its own, just so I can get everything stirred together before I spread it across my meat, whatever it may be. So the first thing I used was just a Cajun seasoning, and then it was black pepper as well as paprika. I believe this is onion powder, and the next one is garlic powder. I try to make it enough to cover everything, and this is a really big pack of chicken, you guys. So here is some oregano. I'm going to go in with some, I want to say that's chili powder. The other two over there are parsley and basil. I do take the top off the parsley because it barely comes out of that thing. So I usually pop the top off of it and kind of just pour some in there. And then I'm going to hit it with a little bit of salt. Just regular old salt, guys, nothing special. And then this is just some Lowry seasoning salt. I just like to add it to my meat. It gives it a lot of good flavor. So I typically use a little bit of it in most of my seasonings. And then I'm going to just stir it up in this bowl by itself just to make sure it's evenly spread out through the entire mixture. Before y'all start trying to chew me up, I'm seasoning this entire pack of chicken, which comes from Sam's Club. Alrighty guys, so here is my chicken. It is all seasoned and ready to go into the oven. It's going to go in at 425. Yes, I leave the fatty pieces on there. I'll tell you about that in a second. I also put a little bit of vegetable oil on there. That vegetable oil somehow cooks the skin as well as some of this fat. It cooks it in a way that it's, I don't know, succulent. You have to taste it to know what I mean. But I do it when I do chicken with skin on and skin off. I want to do a little bit on there, and I take the foil off for a little while at the end, and it broils and it kind of crisps a lot of things up. That vegetable oil helps it crisp. And unfortunately, you guys, I can't exactly tell you how long I put things in the oven for. That's not how I was taught to cook. There are certain things you have to have like a time on, things like that, but we grew up kind of knowing how something smells, the texture of it. Does it pull apart when you use a spoon? Can you cut through it with a spoon? That type of thing. So that's kind of how I was taught to cook. So that's how I cook. I know it's going to be close to an hour, but because I like to get it crispy as well. But I couldn't tell you exactly, so I'm going to have to time myself one of these days just to show you guys how long I cook things for, because I don't know times and I eyeball a lot of my measurements for like cornbread, things like that. But I'll figure it out so I can show you guys. Okay guys, the last box is here. I'm going to go ahead and open it and pull the stuff out and show it to you guys. But this is the packaging that it came in. They normally ring the doorbell or send you pictures saying it's here. They didn't this time. It was just sitting there. It still says out for delivery. So I don't know how long the thing's been out there, but let's see what's inside. So here is the stuff that I ordered. As I said, I ordered a foot spa because my feet be hurting. So I ordered this foot spa. I want to say it was $25 for the foot spa. Yeah, it was like 25 bucks for this thing. So I'm going to plug this in as soon as I sit down and eat. And then I got my little man, a little bubble machine. I'll probably take it out and let him play with it in a little while. But right now, I'm going to go and take a shower. So I'm going to show you guys this box. Let me pull the foot spa out too. Bubbles. And this is not a one-handed thing. Oh, it's not that heavy. So it's a Conair foot spa that I got in purple. Yeah, buddy, it's about to go down. So while my chicken cooks for a little while, I'm going to go ahead and jump in the shower before I start preparing the sides. Because if you do them sometimes, then they just sit there and get cold. No one likes cold sides. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in the shower. Jump in the shower. And then I'm going to come out and start on the sides. So here are a few of the ingredients that I'll be using to cook with and to make my sauce. This is some garlic. I'm going to cut it down pretty good. This is spinach, and these are mushrooms. This is a can of green beans. I'm going to make it as a side like I jazz up as I always do. And on this counter we have potatoes. Alright guys, so now I'm going to start on my sides, and the first side I'm going to be making is mashed potatoes. As you guys know, I like to make them fresh every time I make them. So I'm going to peel the potatoes first. I'm only going to do 3. My son likes them, my husband likes them, so they kind of give us a potato each. We normally don't finish them all, but then it just kind of gives me something to give my little man when he's feeling peckish. So I'm just going to peel the potatoes. I do it into this bag. It's just easier than trying to lean over a trash can. I've lost potatoes down drains, everything. So I do it over a little Walmart bag. I'm going to get my water boiling first. That way it's good and hot after I get through chopping the potatoes into cubes and it's already reached a boil. And once I start trying to cook them, they go right into hot water immediately. They start to boil immediately. They start to cook immediately. And that way it doesn't take too long. So now I'm going to just slice them down into cubes. I usually do them about 6 cubes each, depending on how big the section is. The little end pieces are usually only about 4, as you can see right here. And then the longer sections I cut into 6s. I just slice down the middle and then do 2 chops the opposite direction. And I ended up with about 6 cubes. I do this for all 3 potatoes. I just want to make sure they're evenly cut. That way when they're boiling, they cook evenly as well. Now I'm going to start on the sauce. This sauce starts with olive oil and some butter. I know that sounds like a crazy combination, you guys, but it does something to the sauce and it is really, really good. So you have to start it with the olive oil and the butter. You have to let the butter cook all the way down. Any type of butter that you want to use. As you see, I just had some Great Value brand olive oil, so it's not anything specific or particular. Just make sure it cooks down evenly. And then you're going to chop some garlic. I usually have minced garlic in like a jar, but I ran out and I forgot to get some, so I had to actually chop down some garlic. You want to cook that garlic down. It doesn't have to be cooked all the way through. It's just to give it some flavor. So once you cook that garlic down for a couple of minutes, you want to add your mushrooms. I'm going to use this entire thing of mushrooms, you guys. Yes, the entire thing. We like mushrooms at my house, so usually we go through them kind of quickly. So I'm going to put this entire container of mushrooms into my sauce here. And they're going to cook down so it won't be so much. It looks like a lot when you first put it in there, but once they start to cook down a little bit, they get really flat, really small. They shrink a little bit, and it's not as much as you think. Almost lost a mushroom. Can't lose none of them, you guys. So we're going to give them a good stir. Now, once you're doing this, you want to put the lid on. I say put the lid on because sometimes if you don't, it dries everything out on the inside and all of the oil kind of cooks out. I don't know how to explain it. The steam helps it some. Season it with salt and pepper. That's what I do while the mushrooms are cooking, just to kind of give it a little bit of a taste. But you season it to your taste, guys. Everything that I cook, I say season to your taste because I might like something a little more salty than you guys would like it. Before I put the lid on this thing, you guys, and let some of that steam help to cook it down, I'm also going to add a little bit of spinach and let the spinach cook down, because the spinach is just like the mushrooms, you guys. It takes up a lot of real estate until it cooks down some. Yes, it looks a little wilted, but it's all right, you guys. It's because the bag was already open. My husband. Anywho, add your spinach as much as you would like. I add quite a bit. And then I'm going to stir it in with the mushrooms just to kind of get it coated with a little bit of that butter and that oil, and to kind of help it cook down some before I put the lid on. As I said, if you do not put the lid on, it seems to dry everything out and then it starts to burn. So putting the lid on helps it steam a little bit. That steam helps everything cook down some, and then we can move on to the next step of making the sauce for our chicken and potatoes. While you're waiting for that to cook down, make sure you're checking on your other sides, guys. I'm checking on my potatoes, giving them a good stir, and you see me trying to cut through them with that spoon. That's just a test and see if it's done or not. And now that this is cooked down, it's time to move on to the next step in the process of making this garlic, buttery, mushroom, spinachy, cheesy sauce. And that next step is actually going to be to add some heavy cream. Any type of heavy cream is fine. This is just a Great Value brand. I'll use another one, but I can't think of the name of it right now. But any heavy whipping cream will be just fine. Now, do not add too much of this, you guys. I cannot tell you how much I add. I'm so sorry. But don't add too much of it and put the lid on. So here is the current state of my chicken breast. I'm going to drain some of this juice off and put it back into the oven uncovered. And go ahead and let some of this crisp up a little bit. But it is about done. This would be done for a lot of people, but as I said, I want a little bit of a crisp crunch on pieces of the chicken. So I'm gonna take the juice off of it, a little bit of it off of it, leave some of it on there because you don't want chicken to dry out, and put it back into the oven for a bit until the rest of the food is done. So now that our sauce has reached a boil, go ahead and add your Parmesan cheese, you guys. At this point, you want to make sure that you're stirring it consistently. You have to keep stirring this sauce, you guys. If you do not, that Parmesan cheese will burn to the bottom of the pan. You do not want that. I know it's time consuming. I know it's tedious standing over that stove, but I promise you guys, this sauce is worth the time. Potatoes. There's my chicken. Green beans. Okay, guys, so come to the end of another video. We did eat, and we ate a lot. So now we're just kind of sitting. I did suck my feet. My husband is sucking his now. So it's been an okay day. Thank you guys so much for watching another of my videos. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for my next one. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and sometimes on Saturday if I don't post on Friday. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.